people protesting the Canadian seal. Library, and now a library of a different kind, media of the 21st century. This is all about how the past and the future never really go anywhere. They're always entwined. Hands up. The outlaw who first put these two words together was an innovator. He introduced the possibility of mercy into a field of endeavor that previously had been typified by shoot first, gather up everybody's stuff later. He left banks to others. He was a stagecoach robber. For the wheel has always been the way of the future, and he was born to give chase to it. You can call it a nasty habit, or you can call it a calling, but whatever it was, whenever they released him, he was right back at it. He proved to be so incorrigible that they finally sentenced him to 20 years of sitting still, while the world around him moved on. By the time he got out, the entire age of the stagecoach was gone. His only frame of reference was a sister he had up near Oregon. So he moved up there, tried to go legit, but the world was a very strange place, which was painfully obvious he was never going to fit. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but imagine being caged for 2 decades, only to have your first breath of free air inform you there aren't any more sticks to pursue. What must that do to the soul? His nemesis vanished, stealing his purpose. The wheel remained. So the Gray Fox became infamous for robbing trains. All over the Pacific Northwest, eventually crossed the border north into Canada, where he became a constant thorn in the side of the CPR, near where I grew up. He's still famous. A local legend so far ahead of his time that all the sepia-tone prints on the walls of the local bar show him forever in his prime as a senior citizen. The gentleman bandit. Miss never retired. But even Prometheus stuck around a little too long after he stole fire. Every thief gets that temptation to pull that one job too many. So eventually they uncoupled the wrong cars, and that proved to be the difference between getting away with millions and little more than $22 and a bottle of liver pills. A cosmic joke. You could hear the gods laughing. Most men of his advanced years took them as medicine. He took them on the principle of the thing, refused to get away with nothing. By the time both the Mounties and the Pinkertons finally jointly caught up with him, all they saw was an old fool refusing to act his age. They didn't have a clue. When they said, "Hands up, Bill Miner," they were pointing at the man who coined that very phrase. The lullaby of the police helicopter swings low overhead while a searchlight cuts through the curtains and carves jack-o'-lantern patterns into the bed. My neighborhood is a long way from Sleepy Hollow, so I don't know if the Headless Horseman was just a jealous guy who threw a pumpkin. But all Ichabod Crane had to do was make the bridge, and he was home free. Some ghosts cannot be outrun so easily. She tasted like booze, smokes, and a violent past. Spent the night making love to Belfast. She still cries out for Jesus, even though it's years since she's known the passion of a kiss. Press my lips to the pagan tattoos engraved in her skin while a gold crucifix dangles between her breasts. We are all hallowed and sacrilegious. Sometimes it's just hard to tell which is the which. Tells me the only thing she prays for anymore is to be safe from her fears. Her freckles frame eyes the colors of mermaids' tears. Her ears like waking up to the sound of children at play, because she can still remember her first communion day and the bodyguards supplied courtesy of the IRA. Somehow along the way it just became traditional for Catholic schoolgirls to have family shut away in the H-blocks. I run my fingers free through her scarlet red locks, caressing her thoughts. We hold each other as closely as refugees packed together tightly on a coffin ship with the ghosts that call us home. We make a bridge to a place of peace out of the rubble of a war zone. Both battles and cathedrals begin when people are willing to pick up the first stones in the name of what they believe in and make a stand. Ichabod Crane was finished the moment he turned and ran. But come dawn, those sirens and that chopper will be gone, and I will still be holding her hand. All right. This is proving to be even funnier than I thought it would be.
You can't help it. That's the best finish you can get, man.
Oh yeah.
Sirens.
Oh yeah.
Explosions.
Yeah. All right, let's try this one. People who call themselves Sequoia aren't environmentalists. They're pretentious. I call bullshit. We are compost, not stardust or golden. Ever since the garden, we've led ourselves to believe that we got dominion over the entire planet instead of giving thanks every day for being blessed with a moment to dance upon it. Our air of entitlement is thick with smog as we go for a jog, pushing our offspring toward the future in strollers with fancy cup holders and off-road tires. Baby's first SUV brought to you by Jeep. We dress our children up in our expectations. Then we squander their inheritance. We are self-destructive hypocrites.
Hey, he's here.
Joni Mitchell chain smokes cigarettes while protesting carbon emissions. The doomsday clock is fueled by our addictions. And the world's got to end on someone's watch. Ours is broken. Our faces are blank. We're only right twice a day. And we remain as set in our ways as the people of Pompeii. Preserved as a warning by Vesuvius that there are gods older than Jesus who are not to be messed with. And they grow tired of our hubris. We behaved as if Atlantis was just a myth. But the world watched while a city sunk beneath the waves, and the most powerful nation on earth did nothing to save its own citizens because they were descended from slaves. Welcome to the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The water is rising all around us. The ice caps are melting. Polar bears are drowning. Crocodiles are dying, motherfucker. So much for being an alpha predator. Any species can go up with a bang or a whimper, but anyone you care to name that could ever lay claim to being the planet's ruler was not immune to being wiped out forever by a change in the weather. Only difference between us and the dinosaurs is they never knew what hit them. Had brains the size of acorns. We're just nuts, willfully courting our own extinction. Global warming is the environment's way of saving itself from us. All our urban jungles will one day be nothing but forest, and the sequoias will laugh that we have dared compare ourselves to trees.
Nope.